day one of photography challenge.
It's only one day.
Oh.
Day one of one. Hey cousins, this is gonna be a different kind of video. I'm gonna be trying to challenge myself to become a better photographer today. I'm gonna be trying a photography challenge where I try to fill out as many photograph compositions as possible, because in a lot of my previous pictures on my account, most of the compositions are pretty similar to each other, where the subject is just in the middle. Examples right here. And so I'm gonna try to challenge myself to do something different. We are here in LA today. See, LA.
Wait until we're at that line so we can have a better view.
Nathan's gonna be watching a musical and I'm just gonna be walking around while I wait for him to be done. So come with me for the rest of the day while I try to do this. You'll have a POV of what I see. Hopefully I don't get mugged. I have protection if I do though. Now we're in LA. Because we weren't like 2 steps ago. But here are a lot of the compositions I'm gonna be trying to do, and we'll see how many I can get through today. I'll do my best to explain what like I'm doing and like how,
Like that?
See, something similar, you know. I will try to explain what my thought process is and what I'm looking for as I'm going through it. But here we go. First stop here is Amigo Music. It's a record store. I have a fear of filming in public, so this is very nerve-wracking for me right now. So there's that subject up there I'm looking at. There's like the neon sign. And I'm gonna try to do more of like the spiral composition. So I'm having these shells kind of have like a leading line up to the pillar. And then that leads your eye towards the neon sign over there. And the lighting in here is kind of even, but I want a more dramatic lighting, so I'm kind of under exposing it. Other than that, there's not that many good subjects. Maybe just down the aisle, have leading line composition. I need a subject at the end. Here we could kind of do a little bit of a diagonal shot, maybe with a subject coming down here. I just need someone to walk down the stairs. So for this diagonal composition, I want the stairs go from corner to corner. I just need like a subject to come up the stairs. Maybe at the top, right there, so that the lines kind of lead up to the subject. I just wish it was a more interesting subject, but that's fine. Right there, like eyes just kind of looking off into space. So again, I want to use those leading lines to maybe point at what he's trying to look at, but there's not really anything over there, so I don't know how interesting of a photo that would be. The good thing about LA is like when you're walking around and you get hungry, there's like food trucks everywhere, so you can go wherever you want, you know what I mean? Also, it's very loud. So after learning about the diagonal composition, I've been trying to like use it more. I kind of see it everywhere. Other ones are kind of harder to like find. So these ones I've been using pretty often. The vanishing point, or like the radial composition, where everything kind of comes out of the central focal point. Like I've been aware of this one, you know, I've been using it pretty often. But it's a good shot right here with his people coming in. As long as you're not blocking the focal point, I think it's a good picture. But yeah, so focal point composition, diagonal composition, golden spiral. I'd like to use more of the rule of thirds. And that's where, rule of thirds is where there's 9 boxes and then you would put the subject in one of the intersecting lines. So I'm thinking from the parking sign in one intersection and then the street sign in the other. It's kind of a stretch. Maybe right here it would be good with the lampposts. It kind of like curves into the lamppost, which is like the golden spiral again. And then it starts off from the street sign. I just don't want to keep using those same compositions. I need to try to get like all the other ones as well. Like where am I gonna get circular? How am I gonna get a circular composition here? Oh, right here would be a good composition for a triangle. So in the center we have, it's like fitting. It's in the center. It has centro, and then kind of out from central it comes down these lines and makes a triangle. I think it'd look cool if those lines went down to the bottom right and left corner of the screen, so there's more negative space on top. Sometimes fill in the frame is good, like with the first shot I did, but having negative space too will create that contrast. And right here also maybe would be a good shot because the trees. So the trees kind of block off the view from the left side, and then this building blocks off the view from the right side. And this composition is called framing, where you frame the shot with like other stuff in your environment. But I think at some point, like the pictures will get boring when it's just all buildings. You know, like a lot of my Instagram feed is just buildings. But it's good practice exercise if I don't have any other subjects to work with. I kind of want to do something with this theater. But this is a homeless guy right here. I don't know if I want to take pictures of this homeless guy. See, this is what I mean by like I think I get stuck in the mindset of trying to get everything centered. It'll be cool if this person walks. So now we have a better subject than just a homeless guy. Again, this is also framing with the line kind of segments off the photo, and then the left and right block it off, and then they're just in the black empty negative space where the subject is. All right, let's keep walking, trying to find something else to photograph. So in front of me we have this cool church. I'm trying to figure out a way that I could frame this. I'm thinking of trying to use that poster on the street lamp to kind of create an unbalanced kind of composition. So let me just try that and see what it looks like. Everything here is kind of dull color wise, so that banner really sticks out. And then you can see how also the size of it too contrasts with the size of the church. It's just the banners are ugly, so I don't know how well that would look, you know what I mean? Okay, there's a guy on his balcony right now. Let me see what I could do. I think I'm gonna try to go for a golden section composition where he's just on the bottom left. And then just negative space on the top right, but I just need him to step out and show his face a bit more so I can see him better. So if I have him on the bottom left, it'll show just the apartment buildings. If I put him on the bottom right, then it'll have more of the skyline, I guess. So I'll try to quickly get both. Alright, I'm done here. I don't want to look like a creeper just taking pictures of this guy. So as we're walking, you can still kind of see the church here, but this is called the balance composition. It's kind of trippy to look at because the floor is slanted, but I'm really trying to go for the trees, making a very symmetrical composition. With also the windows in the background, it's very symmetrical, but uninteresting. There's like no subjects, you know? The subjects are the trees, and the trees aren't very interesting. I wish they were kind of closer together. Maybe I can use the windows more and zoom in. The slanted ground really contrasts the straight lines in the rest of the photo. And I usually like going for asymmetry, but something like that is not, it's kind of ugly, not gonna lie. This is also another example. I'm just gonna use the straight windows here. And I think the pattern, this pattern is a lot more appealing, especially with the bushes on the top left and right. Makes it look very nice. When you're kind of zoomed out that much, you lose a detail, it doesn't look as good, in my opinion. So this is really cool here. I was looking at my examples, my composition examples, and then I looked up, and this line right here from the highway converges with the line for the exit, and that's a perfect example of a double diagonal when they converge into one point. So maybe I can get a car here. I'm gonna just stay here for a bit and try to get a good shot of this. But really putting that convergence on the very left side so you can get a lot of those leading lines. I mean, the palm trees are pretty cool in the background too as a subject, but I think a car would be best. It tells a better story, I guess. That's not a very cool car, but you know what I mean, right? But since I brought up stories, I guess we can talk about how stories are portrayed in photos. A lot of people say like when you take photos, you have to try to make a story out of it, but I think when I take pictures, it's just, I just do whatever looks cool. I mean, yeah, I guess if you have stories in your photos, it gives it a deeper meaning, but those people are just trying too hard. I guess this would be a good story right here. Well, I don't know, that good of a story, but like dilapidated, not ghetto, but kind of ghetto like scene, and then very modern building behind it. If you want a story in LA, this is pretty. It's like the wealth disparity, I guess. Ooh. So, oh, that would have been perfect. So from where the slant is, the double diagonal right here, it says Hollywood Tower at the very end. I wish I could have gotten that like back there where the composition would have looked nicer, but I guess it could work here too. But everything in the foreground is just gonna be very dark, and the double negative isn't as prominent because we're at the lower end. So instead of our subject being a car, it would be the Hollywood Tower sign. And I guess that would be a good photo too, because everything is kind of washed out in both white and black, and then the only thing that's kind of visible is Hollywood Tower. When I was talking earlier about dilapidated and ghetto, like this, like the trash here and this broken window, like you can't really see it in the photo, but when you're walking around in it, it's very noticeable, you know what I mean? I wanted to try to take a photo of this building. Maybe we can use the sign to make an unbalanced composition, which basically means like something small or something in front of something big on the side. So let's try that. 2-hour parking, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then just a big building on the side, you know? Ooh, I like these gated window bars. Let's look at our list and see if we can make something out of this. One of the more challenging ones is like the S composition, which I kind of can get away with using here with like this curved bar. I don't know, might be cheating. I'm just gonna use it to cross off the list. But what I think of like the S composition is more like a winding road down off into the horizon. But obviously I'm not gonna get something like that in the city. But I'm probably just gonna use these gated bars as more of a like another focal point kind of composition. But it's hard. I'm just gonna take it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Maybe using the rule of thirds kind of in this, with the focal point being on like the bottom left square instead of in the center. Maybe we could also, instead of using a street sign for the unbalanced composition, maybe the big building next to that building, but like it's kind of farther away. Right here maybe. So unbalanced, big and small, pretty cool, right? And I just walked past these stairs leading up, which I could use for maybe my frame composition. So if only you could see behind it, there's someone walking up to me, so I'm gonna kind of turn around. What's up?
Why you gotta be on camera?
Oh, my bad, bro. I didn't even see you back there. You good? There was someone in that picture, and I knew he was there, and I wanted to get him in the picture. Hopefully he did not notice. He didn't notice, but he put his arms out like he put his arms out like this when he walked out. That was funny. But see, yeah, that's why I'm scared of taking pictures of people in public. Cause like, what if they like come and mug me? You know what I mean? That's so scary to me. But he was pretty chill about it. This picture up here has very geometric lines, which I like. And there's also a power line there, which kind of like adds parallels to things too, which is cool. Ooh, that Capitol Records building looks really cool. Let me see if I can find something that would work here. Cross maybe? It's just that the subject looks cool. There's no way to really make it a cross. Maybe here I can make it a little more interesting, because the buildings are more horizontal, not less at an angle. I think that American flag is in the air looks pretty cool with the lighting right now. Maybe I'll try to do a golden spiral here too, like maybe with a palm tree curving into the lamppost and then into the flag. Kind of like that. So right here I could get a composition where I haven't been able to get so far, which is the L shape. So the same subject as earlier with the American flag, but the L shape It's really nice here because the gradient of the sky looks nice. So it is currently 8:20, which means we've been out here for about an hour. Got about an hour and a half until Nathan's done, and losing light pretty quickly. I don't really know what else I can get done here. I really want to get more of the ones I haven't done, so C-shape and circular compositions are proving very difficult to get, but I hope I can find something. Or we'll keep walking, we'll see if anything good comes up. Alright, now I'm kind of stumped. So right now is my favorite time of day. It's dusk, which means the sky is like navy blue. Everything just looks nicer with the sky like this. I'm just taking pictures of everything. Kind of forgot about the challenge. I looked around for a solid like 20 minutes trying to find a circular composition, but I think it's too hard. Oh, hold up. Oh, hold up. I think this counts, guys. Circular composition right here. Alright, circular composition. I think the only one that I don't have is the C composition. Maybe the double triangle. Yeah, that was a cool subject. I couldn't figure out how to frame it. Yeah, that guy just threatened to take my camera. See, that's why I got. Just in case anything happens, I have a knife. But like the thing is, if I pull out a knife and they pull out a gun, then what do I do? So at this point of the night, I think I've completed the challenge. Missed out on a couple of things, so I think I'd probably give myself an 85% on this challenge. Just wrapping up, I think this last shot here would be cool. So all the lights are off besides this one that has like hanging lights off of it, but it's really dark right now. I don't know if we can make that look nicer in post, but we'll see. I don't really know how long this video is going to be. I think I did a lot of talking, and hopefully you guys can kind of see what my thought process was on taking a lot of these pictures, and maybe it'll help you guys take pictures or videos too. I know Amy's trying to do like some more videography, and I think composition isn't just applicable to photography, it's very applicable to videography too, so maybe that helps. I don't know. It'd be cool if everyone else did a challenge like this too, like trying to expand their knowledge in their respective crafts. Like Joey can try to make music in different genres and that he's like not used to, or Kayla can try different kinds of crocheting methods. I don't know, that's the thing. But yeah, thanks for watching. Lots of people trying to threaten me today. It was kind of scary. I'll see you guys next time. My cousins, and I guess all the random other people that haven't started to watch our videos. Goodbye, guys.